apparently they are changing the name of the show. Walker Texas Ranger was offensive because of the racial connotations of Texas Rangers. So they're changing the name of the show to Walker San Francisco Drag Queen. Yeah.
Boy,
Produced by Larry David.
It'd be cool if it lasted for more than 12 seconds. And that's so short.
Yeah,
It
if it could go over
is,
the
yeah.
whole thing, but whatever.
Yeah, dog. We're fucking.
Hell yeah. Off to a good start.
Does anybody freestyle?
No. Should we hold on? Should we get another? Should we get another mic and put it next to the phone so that we have a soundboard?
That'd be cool.
Sure,
I
let's have a
have an
soundboard mic.
aux cord, but I don't know how useful that would be.
We don't know how to do any of that, so we're just gonna.
Or if this goes straight in USB, I don't know. I'm fucking.
We'll mic it up. Hopefully, it's way too loud. And then it becomes a problem later when we're trying to.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we do about 45 minutes of warm up
Cool.
before we.
Then
Yeah.
we'll slide
Sounds about
into a
right.
real podcast later.
So that Seinfeld thing is that short?
I guess. I thought it was
No.
longer for some reason, but
Here we go.
Did you start the recording over?
No, he's just got it going.
It looks like it's recording over some shit.
Oh, it really does.
Oh fuck.
We lost all of
it's
that.
fine.
What's the
It's fine.
deal? Content?
No, let
Right.
it go. We should be able to separate the tracks later. It's fine. I think we're good. As long as it doesn't fucking start over again. If like keep an eye on it. If it starts to start over again, then fuck. Right here. Professional ass podcast that we have here.
You should do another clap. I just wanted to see him do it.
I know.
It's not for any real purpose.
Oh, holy shit. That's good. Yeah. No, see how you can see the tracks behind that? We should just be able to pull those out and separate them. We'll mix it later. It's fine. Let's just get back to the show. Already in progress.
Dude, if we lost that stuff at the beginning, I don't know what we're going to do.
it's
That was probably the
Do
funniest
you
shit
guys-
I've
Gold,
ever
Jerry.
done.
Do you think you could remember it?
it's gold, Jerry.
Yeah, could we do it again?
Let's do it.
I
was
don't
it you
know,
said?
dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was on board until dude said the N-word. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
You could say anything up against the Seinfeld theme song.
dude,
But I like the name Walker Texas N-word.
do you remember?
Not the actual N-word, but N-word.
Do you remember
be
there
clear.
was that show? Do you remember that it was for kids? It was like Captain N Video Game Master. Or whatever.
No.
Yeah, dude. It was like Nintendo. Do you remember fucking Sega? There was like a war between Sega and Nintendo. Sega had
Yeah,
a better
I was on
system.
board
the
for all- this
Master
whole thing.
System.
The Genesis, the N64, and the PS2.
So when like the regular Nintendo came out, there was a
naming consoles,
Sega
naming
Master
stuff.
System that was amazing, dude. But
so
Nintendo,
it was Genesis, Saturn, and then Dreamcast.
there was no one knows about the Master System in the 80s. They had a version of NES.
It's
called the Master
the Sega Master Race.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Dude, they buried the Master System. Yeah, see that right there. But
hell
Nintendo figured out to market to kids, so they had like toys and shit. Whereas this was just like for, adult virgins and shit. So
Yeah,
I like how
Sega had
it
all the
looks like
best
a
stuff.
fucking
they did
tape
have
deck.
the best stuff, but Nintendo's marketing was just like
Well, and I think the games themselves, but like, I played a lot of Sega, and I played a lot of Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario Brothers is just a better game.
I know,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a
Yeah,
funner game.
they hit it out of the park is the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was more of a Super Nintendo guy, Super Mario World.
yeah,
was,
because
like,
Genesis came out first,
perfect
and then NES answered with Super Nintendo, and it was just like off to the races, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
I've been playing
Nintendo
like a
was,
lot
like,
of old video games lately. Like I don't know what y'all been doing with quarantine or whatever. I feel bad because I'm not like doing my part socially by arguing
Are you
political points on Facebook.
Are you
to
wearing
nobody.
a mask while you play NES games?
Oh no.
Then
Can't
that's
say, I know.
problematic.
That's the thing. Like I said, I'm not doing my part, man. I'm part
It's
of
just
the problem.
you at home playing Bat Hunter, shooting with that spring-loaded gun at bats.
Are there any Afro-centric Nintendo games that you could be playing?
Oof. Man, I don't know. I think they were all whitewashed. Like there was one called Super Adventure Island, but it was like a white guy.
Adventure
with
Island's
like
great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was like a white dude that
yeah,
looked like a witch doctor.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
it
it's
was
pretty
like,
offensive.
Yeah,
Bit
yeah.
offensive.
No. Mike Tyson Punch-Out. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. So you should only be playing Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Yeah, dude.
Wait,
You know
but
what's
but
the
hold on,
problem
hold on,
with
hold
that
on,
game
hold
is
on.
that they depict Mike Tyson totally accurately, which is racist.
He's raping a woman, and you have to
Yeah.
fight him while he's
It's
trying to rape a
inherently
woman. No, but
That's a great game, Punch-Out.
no Punch-Out's great, but
Yeah, that's classic.
but you do
man.
have to fight Mike Tyson at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's not cool, right?
It
You
was,
have to fight a black man. He's the villain of the game.
right.
All right.
Right. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, this all kind of seeded where we're at today, you know?
All the cops. Derek Chauvin was raised playing Mike Tyson Punch-Out. He saw George Floyd and he reacted.
This is the thing, though.
As Nintendo had programmed him.
You could be in the media, though, and make such a ridiculous correlation like that, and it would fly. That's what's crazy right now. Is like
I'm leaving a lot of money on the table.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Dude, this is already. I like where this podcast is going.
It is wild though. Like yeah, that's like the only thing I haven't been doing in quarantine is, wasting 5 hours arguing with someone who's not going to change their mind
But that's
about shit that we're like just being told to argue about.
I couldn't agree with you more, but what video games are you playing?
Dude, right now I'm a JRPG guy right now,
What
so
is that?
a lot
We don't
of
speak
role-playing
Junior
games?
role-playing game. It's like Neopets, like...
Oh, I do the Jewish ones.
Did
It's-
you
Jewish
Yeah,
role-playing
yeah.
game. I'm sorry.
It's just there's treasure chest. It's
Everybody's
like
the
only
banker in this game.
Yeah, it's like only treasure
Yeah,
chest.
have you ever played Monopoly where everyone's the banker?
Right,
It's really, it goes on a real long time.
Right. And instead of fighting in the war, we do. Okay.
We fund
Is this live stuff?
Yeah. No, we're gonna delete
Yeah,
this
we will
part.
cut
No,
all of
it's
this
all
out.
right. I can say these jokes. I mean, look at me. Obviously, I'm German, so
Yeah.
it's-
But you have a Hasidic tinge to you.
I hear that. Yeah, yeah. People say that.
Just Walton's not.
No,
We should have introduced you at this.
maybe not.
Uh,
Though.
Let's for this one. Let's just do this one for the lulz, and not get into who is involved.
I don't know if you guys remember that Super
Hold
Nintendo
on, there is.
game.
Hold on, click on Dream Apart. Fuck. Hold on, because it said Jewish role playing game.
Did it?
Yeah,
That
really?
was
there
a real
are.
thing.
Shut up.
Dream Apart. Yeah, here we go.
Click on it.
Dream Apart.
You have to run around.
You
Collect-
collect chocolate coins.
No.
You have to run around collecting gold fillings.
Dude.
All right. Tired of all those dragons and all those
Glukel
dungeons.
the Klezmer Artist.
This
is
A new tabletop role-playing game will allow you to become Zusman the Matchmaker, or perhaps Glukel the Klezmer
What?
Artist.
You can either fight anti-Semitism or commune with the demon Lilith. This is amazing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, go up. What the fuck does
This
that?
is like troll
with,
level.
with the opportunity to do anything from fight anti-Semitism to commune with the demon Lilith. This Jewish. What the fuck? A queer survivalist fantasy. What the fuck?
Well,
What,
it's from Rosenbaum Studios.
What, you call this a sword?
What? You called it?
Oy vey.
You guys all remember that great.
Alder Rosenbaum and the rest. You can still put a few kopecks. The Kickstarter passed its goal in the. What the fuck?
Oh, good. The fundraising's working.
How many shekels?
Oh fuck. Dude,
This is
no,
incredible.
go back in. No,
For the record,
we're
these dudes
absolutely
put
not done.
GHB in my drink, so.
No, we would never do that. It's not. Hold on, go down, because it. Go down.
Oh, this is almost like a radio show now.
Go up a little bit slowly now. Slowly, keep going.
Wasn't Lilith like
Hold on,
Horror
it's
Eve?
not heavy.
Lilith is, if you
Quote-
remember the Super Bowl halftime show with Katy Perry riding on that
It was
There you go.
it
bespeckled
was a sacrifice
jaguar,
to her, right? Or it was,
that's Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith is the
Or not a
whore of
It's
the
the
desert.
whore of Babylon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can you
very
Can you-
erotic.
Google
No, yeah,
Lilith?
Lilith?
Lilith.
I'd fuck Lilith.
Lilith can get it.
Lilith. Lilith can get it. Lilith, whore of Babylon.
Now
is
we're
our-
cooking with gas. Here we go.
Don't go Wikipedia. This is all. Go to images. I just want to see. She's the mother of harlots, guys, for the uninitiated who don't know. And she's riding a 7-headed dragon, which the Baptists believe to be an allegory for the Catholic Church. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right.
But doesn't the whore of Babylon
just saying
show
that.
up in Revelations?
Yeah.
Riding
She's
riding the
cum
great dragon.
out of
She's drinking.
No,
she-
she is out of a chalice.
She's drinking. I thought it was the blood of the prophets.
Well, I thought it was like a metaphor for.
This
I
is
don't know.
so when
the
you do
cum
a
of the prophets.
so when you do a
I thought-
communion at a Satanist church, do you have a little cookie and then drink cum?
What's
Yeah.
that called? That's called something. Remember when
Drinking cum?
No, when people would like
Bukkake.
jerk off on the cookie, and someone
Oh,
would have
Limp
to-
Oh yeah,
Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. That's what it is. Yeah.
Soggy biscuit, I think is what it is.
Sure.
but-
Limp
Pull- Look up Limp Bizkit.
right. It's just one of those days. You fucking just.
yeah.
What happened to Fred Durst? He was
Dude, I'm gonna
that like.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, dude. I like the only reason I'm still on Instagram is because of Fred Durst.
He's
because
on the gram, huh?
Fred Durst's Instagram is just vintage station wagons. It's just pictures of vintage station wagons. It's my favorite Instagram account.
No context.
No context. He just
Perfect.
posts. Yeah, it's amazing, dude. Like just like wood-sided, old school station wagons.
Have you been following
yeah.
Tom Hanks' Instagram? Because
He's
that's
like not
what's
on
really
it,
happening.
right? Like it's like
No, he is.
It's
He's very
all
much
it's,
on it.
it's all
Oh, is it
Chew
all
on it.
symbolic?
it's
Like,
all pictures of like a little
Oh, the gloves.
girl's foot.
a single glove.
single-
Yeah,
gloves.
not foot, shoe. It's all this abandoned clothing.
Right.
It's all like,
yeah, the
oh
foot's
no,
hanging
another.
from his neck on his his fucking keychain or some shit. He's got like
Yeah, for good luck.
fucking yeah.
It wards away the evil spirits.
Dude, yeah, the Tom Hanks shit is weird. Did you ever hear about that?
He's a Greek
Isaac Cappy
citizen now. Wayne
Dude,
told me
no,
this.
Absolutely. Dude,
He just moved to Greece and
I
got
just
Greek
heard that. So
citizenship
like,
so
what
that you can't
happened
get
after
prosecuted.
Harvey Weinstein? Fucking like, cause all this went down. Hanks got COVID after Harvey Weinstein went to trial or whatever.
Right.
So it's like, did Harvey turn over a bunch of people, and then Epstein's shit, obviously.
Yeah,
The original
I assume anyone who got COVID is a pedophile.
The original, yeah, that's true. The original line in Forrest Gump was "Life is like a box of pizza that you get delivered to the White House,
Yeah.
and Obama
Dude.
fucks it."
You know what's so funny is
Welcome
like,
to the podcast.
It's-
welcome to the
Either
fucking
way,
show.
dude, it's so funny that like all this stuff's blown up about Epstein, right? And like people, anytime you
it funny?
mention pedophilia, oh, it's hilarious. Like anytime you mention pedophilia, though,
No, hit the soundboard
People
when
like-
you're like. Every time we say Jeff Epstein, hit
Right.
hit something on the soundboard. Let's.
but like, and-
Yeah,
oh, look at that
rules.
Tom Hanks photo. That's a perfect like, the perfect side by side there. No, but like anytime someone mentions pedophilia, you know, there's still people that are like, even after all this Epstein shit, they're like, "What, are you like a Pizzagate guy?" It's like, I don't know, man. This
Kind of, we all are.
I'm not
We all
saying like
should
it's
be.
that cosmic ping pong pizza place or whatever.
No one cares about the pizza place anymore.
Exactly.
There
The
was an
wiki-
island that there was drone
Exactly.
footage of where they did sex magic.
What's funny is they blew up this pizza place, right? They're like, these conspiracy theorists talking about the pizza place. It's like, no, we're not. We're talking
No,
about...
that was another false
we're
flag. They just,
exactly.
anytime
It
you
was a
get
fal-
close to the thing, they false
It's
flag
like we're
it. and
talking
then,
about emails where you had obvious code. Like, at least just tell us
Here-
what...
Dude, here's the thing that like I came up with this the other day. There are like 3 like kind of indisputable facts that should make anybody just be like, yeah, why am I like defending the other side of yeah, you're fine. Like, all right, Bill Clinton flew on that plane. This is documented because that's how plane records work. Like, we record who's on planes. Bill Clinton was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Nailed it.
What's the deal with fucking legal consent? What's the deal with...
Yeah.
you wouldn't
What's the
believe
deal
that
with
the
child modeling
woman who
agencies?
selected all these kids, her name was Jiz Lane.
Right, dude.
Can you have a link?
Can you think of a better name for the
It's like a lane
for the
of jizz.
recruiter as
Elaine
Jiz
of
Lane?
All right.
Get out!
We're gonna find the pocket. we're
No, we're
gonna
getting
find it.
closer.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
I
find it.
looked at something today
But, hold on,
showing
hold-
they released some documents of Trump at the island.
Hold on though. Because this is nobody
Yeah, there's some
argues
weird
with
stuff
what I'm
about
saying.
Trump, yeah.
Nobody's arguing about what I'm about to say. All right, Bill Clinton definitely was on that plane like 26 times, which is an insane amount to be on any plane for the average like American. But so 26 times, and Hillary Clinton's best friend, her husband Anthony Weiner, went to prison for trying to fuck 15-year-olds.
And
Like,
they like
it's like,
seized his computer and shit.
How many of your friends
In
have
defense-
been arrested?
and
Hold on,
again,
hold on,
Anthony
hold on, hold on.
Weiner. What are these names, by the way?
I
Like,
know.
The
Jiz
simulation
Lane,
is
Anthony
the simulation's
Weiner.
breaking down, dude.
But in
Dude,
defense
they're
of Bill Clinton, sometimes, I mean, how? Listen,
Dude, you got to be more ready with this.
I do.
soundboard.
I'm ready now. We're
All right, we're cooking.
in defense of Bill Clinton, sometimes it takes 26 times to know if you like it.
Do you have a he's on fire?
there's so many. I've got Palpatine. I've got. Oh wait, I got a good one.
Hold
All
on,
right.
how's this doing? Is this still moving along? Stop.
No, dude, it's.
All right, sorry.
It blows me away too how this has become politicized. It's like we all agree that pedophilia is fucking wrong, but like
We
one side
we
only.
literally don't though. Like
That's what's crazy is it's like
That-
you
yeah.
bring it up.
I know a
and-
lot of these kids like it.
Right. Yeah.
That's the big problem. We could stop doing it if these kids weren't so into it.
Dude, yeah. It's dude.
For some reason, that's too appropriate. It's almost as though Super Mario Brothers was trying to tell us the whole time.
dude, you're nailing this podcast. I don't want you to get in your own head about this, but
Nah.
so
dude.
far you're nailing it.
It's crazy though, like that this has become politicized. It's just like this is the one thing, and especially like okay, sexual assault gets talked about. You know, like that's fine. That's
So this is my take on it, and tell me what
Well,
you think
and
about this.
this,
I think all this do an occult ritual on an island where you eat a young boy after you fuck him to death. I think the reason.
Keep going, dude. Don't
The
ignore it.
reason why we do any of that is to have blackmail on the scapegoat politicians. So if
Yeah.
they go out of line, if they go, oh, maybe we should have a gold-backed currency, we go, yeah, but didn't you eat that Polynesian boy?
yeah. Well,
Tonight
that's what
on 9
Epstein
News.
was. Here's what's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Epstein.
He's a Mossad agent, right? And Ghislaine
Well, yeah.
Maxwell's fucking her dad was Mossad.
Mossad, yeah.
And so we have this, you know, this Mossad problem. I wouldn't want to call them parasites, but no, I'm kidding. But no, but like any other country, think about it. Like if there was a country that had all these agents that are like blackmailing politicians and
like you're-
celebrities in our country.
I feel like you're so close to being like there are 14
So you agree with
words
that? You think it's
that
for
we need to-
blackmail?
It seems like it, right? I mean, to an extent. I don't think only that.
But you're still like you're still like we can. I'm saying with confidence that we can set up a pedophile bathhouse, and I'm telling you that this is going to give us political returns. I mean, like at the end of the day, we're going to have control of politicians.
Well, dude, we don't have much competition now. I
because
mean,
what you're
the
saying,
Walmart of pedophilia is like getting taken down right now. So
but this is what I've been trying to tell Corey for a long time is we need to forgive all these politicians. So what if you raped and ate a young boy from
shithole country
from Haiti? It's not. I forgive you because you just thought that by eating this thing ritualistically, you would have power over the American. Like, they were just duped. They're like old people who buy into timeshares or something like that. These politicians are just getting tricked. I think we need to. I think we need to have some sympathy.
Yeah, I mean,
for these politicians, I don't. We're supposed to use this as blackmail against them. We're supposed to find out this about our leaders. Our leaders have been eating children. They've been doing that since the beginning of time.
Dude, that's
as long as there's been government, there's been child eating.
Well, no, and once
I think
we
that's
accept
historically documented.
No, once we accept
documented.
that, we're fine. Once we accept that, we're fine. But it's all the people being like, that can't possibly be the case. I lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter.
But what happens when we as a people go, I don't care if... Because I read an article where this woman was saying, it doesn't matter if Joe Biden ate a baby.
Right.
We still need to elect him to get Trump out of office. That was a real article.
No, dude, it's fucking insane, dude. That's the thing, is it's like people don't actually care about these issues because it's really just boiled down to this weird fucking team mentality shit, you know.
Are you playing something on that?
I wanted to. I got something cooking. Cooking.
Yo, what is playing?
Oh, this is my roommate. All right, sorry.
Oh, you meant right now? No. I was just there.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I'm just going through. I'm kind of going through mentally and trying to like bookmark what would be good for certain things.
It must be hard to sleep when people keep talking about pedophilia in your living room.
Screaming about it.
Basically.
with
right.
fun sound effects.
Well,
let's change the subject and see if he turns the music off.
Let's get back and do
what music is this?
He's watching child porn. This is the soundtrack to child porn. This is why he's upset at us.
But this is what I mean. You guys get riled up finding out about pedophiles. Like, what if we just forgave all the pedophiles?
I'm not riled up about pedophiles. I'm riled up that they connected it with pizza. That, to me, I find detestable. I just
makes it hard for you to order Domino's anymore.
Yeah, I go, can I get a cheese pizza? And then a young Malaysian boy shows up. I go, that's
dude.
not what I asked for.
Have you seen those?
First of all, there's no olives on him.
Right. Have you seen those pizza places with like the Namble logo on it and shit?
Oh, dude, Voodoo Donuts, man. If you want some local boys to go after.
Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking
hell yeah, dude.
Voodoo Donuts.
Voodoo
now
Donuts.
We're getting
no,
deep.
dude, we need.
We're just gonna keep peeling back layers.
Somebody
here.
needs to have
Someone
a little
did
common
tell me
pizza
about
party
that.
at Voodoo Donuts, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Someone did tell me about that.
But listen, I'm
trying to learn how to astral project an AK-47. I've not figured out how to do it, but I've been reading a lot of books. What does that sound effect?
It was supposed to be. It just said Thug Life, so I wanted to push it.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Podesta emails 23. David Goldberg, New York. White. Okay. Well,
no. Go back into it. I'll
listen,
read it while
I don't
talk.
want to defend pedophiles again, but I will say this: if you're really all Western society comes from the Socratic method.
Oh yeah, Socrates.
And
of asking questions and fucking boys. He was like, here's all.
He was
all
fairly clear about the method.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
He said you need to teach young boys how to find your G-spot somewhere in your
the allegory of
lower
the cave,
intestine.
The allegory of the cave was really
Yeah, dude.
It was really about finding the G spot. It's like you think you're there, but you're not.
It's a shadow of what you could be feeling.
Yeah, it is not what it seems.
Oh, was that an orgasm? That was a shadow of an orgasm.
You're not even approaching orgasm. You got to really get your little fingers up in there.
Right.
You,
And when I'm done with you, you're not going to want to go outside.
And
have
that's
to
what he meant. He meant
have to
when I show
literally
you the
fist me,
light,
Malik.
when I show you the light, you're going to want to go back in the cave. You're not going to even want to see
you're
the
not
light.
going to want to go back.
And so this is, I'm going to say this, and then we have to, because we can't have every episode be about Pizzagate.
Is that how it's been?
I wish.
It's been close. It's more
I mean,
than I would
you
like.
It's the biggest scandal of our life. I mean,
you're right.
It's insane.
You're right. It's fucking
it's
nuts.
insane how quick it gets buried too, and it's like it gets buried under an article that's like, you know, what gender is your spirit animal or whatever, and it's like I can't fucking. Like
good.
this gets more hits than fucking.
Dude, it's like okay, Macaulay Culkin, a guy who definitely is like caught up in terms of like people viewing him as a potential victim of like pizza shenanigans,
pizza.
right? And then he comes out with a band called
Pizza Underground.
It's like, no, he's not fucking with you at all. It's like, yeah.
He had he had videos of him just eating pizza and no dialogue, like the bunny ears.
You know what?
Bunny
you know where
Ears
it comes from? Like
podcast?
cheese pizza is child porn, right?
Yeah.
CP?
Yeah.
Which ironically is
And
the
what
initials
else
of
is
this
there?
podcast,
There's, like, chicken
but that's
nuggets
not
is, like,
associated at all
yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
I would like to say, as a spokesman for the podcast, we're not.
That's what you need to stop saying every podcast.
Fuck, yeah, you're right. I just want to
Stop calling it CP.
for the 11th time. I want to remind people that we're not associated with Pizzagate.
Or are we?
That's for you to.
What we were
find out.
pontificating about the other day is now that all the pizza stuff has gone awry, what metaphor are they using? I think they call them cheeseburgers now. Because you can't say pizza
There was
anymore.
hot dogs. There was
hot dogs?
chicken.
Chicken parm.
Chicken
parm.
parm. That's
Oh,
and
there
during
you go,
COVID,
chicken parm.
Madonna was like,
That's
all
a real
like,
one.
I need my chicken parm and shit. People are losing their minds.
Dude, because they need those adrenal glands, man. They need the adrenochrome from fucking children, man. You know.
What's really sad is that when this all goes public, there will be one dude on Twitter who's like, "Hey guys, anyone want to come over for some pizza?" And then they will burn down his house
Oh, dude,
and
yeah.
kill that guy.
Listen to me. Like I liked a Facebook page. It's like from my hometown, which I will not say out loud this podcast, but tune in next week and I'll say it. That like they're starting to have a little bit of hysteria around pedophiles, where they're like posting the names of pedophiles in the town. And then they're making like allusions to Pizzagate. And
This
shit.
is what I'm saying.
And they're like they're trying
People
to
are
connect
taking
a
it
guy,
far,
a guy
yeah.
that like
I'm trying
pissed
to prepare
outside of
us
an
for what's
elementary
coming.
school
Right.
to Joe Biden, and then dude, I'm telling you, shit like that in like rural America is about to get weird. I think.
Yeah, dude, it's that was kind of perfect, actually.
Nailed it, dude. Nailed it.
It just said Alex Jones. I was like, this has to be appropriate.
No, and it was the exact thing
This
we
has
know.
to be appropriate.
But
And
they
yeah.
okay. Here's the deal, though. It only has power
There's the adrenal.
magically. There's only occult power. The only reason there's any occult power in pedophilia is because we think it's abhorrent. So the second we don't think it's morally wrong, it has no occult power. The only reason anyone would do anything like this, the only reason you drink blood and eat the body of a thing.
By the way, hold on. I don't want to interrupt you because I'm sure that was meaningful what you were saying. But I do want to say that at the top, go up, Dick. All he typed in was occult power and pedophilia, and it can't. The top images are a guy in a tinfoil hat sitting at a computer with a Pepe
Libertarian
and
flag.
a libertarian flag behind him.
Exactly.
That to me
This is
like,
what it's being spun
like, why are
to.
you're like
You
like,
can't talk about
oh,
pedophilia.
you don't like pedophiles? You must be a libertarian neckbeard.
Right.
Fucker.
Why are right-wing conspiracies so obsessed with pedophilia? That's exactly the question I'm asking. Why do you think it's so wrong?
Please cut
The
this part
second
out.
the second you forgive all these pedophiles, we can move on.
And technically,
This is the future, by the way.
Pedophilia-
Everyone realizes they're all pedophiles, and we all have to go through this. What are we going to cut off
And
all
this
their
is
heads
flawed.
like the French
Right-click on
Revolution?
that and
and
throw
this
that in
is
another link. I
flawed
want to buy
because
that book.
technically, aren't libertarians for like child slave sex fucking workers?
Yeah,
or
they're
whatever?
fine if it's in Chinese
sure
So long as
factory.
the government doesn't,
Yeah, you install
As
all
long
the
as
suicide
the
nets
government
you
doesn't
need.
have a say, I think libertarians are on board with that. No, it is funny though. Like well, and here's the thing: it's almost like this crazy form of psychology where like this type of propaganda makes right-wing people think they're actually hiding something, so they dig
Right.
even deeper,
Right,
and
but-
that's like what they want.
But also, it's like I think, and I'm not a libertarian. And I'm not like trying, through my life to defend libertarians. But I will say that it does seem weird that it's like they're trying to connect these two things where it's like if you are pro like individual liberty, then you're also pro fucking kids. It's like, okay, you've attached that to the worst thing possible, and
That's
you
what
keep,
they
like,
need is Jeff
proliferating it.
Foxworthy speaking on behalf of that. Like, if you
If you think fucking children is just right as
He
right.
hosted that show with children, like I'm dumber than a child or whatever.
Is your
It's
dick
like,
bigger than a
oh
fifth grader's
God,
asshole?
You're right.
Yeah. It's but you
If
like,
you want to see your parents again,
You better eat
shut
some of
your
that
mouth.
adrenochrome.
right? Yeah, dude.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm sure that was probably how they farmed those kids. Is that they took the winner of that show, and then you get to fly off to Epstein Island.
Oh
like,
yeah.
good job.
Are
You're
you
the-
smarter than a fourth grader? Oh, you are about to
Listen.
be.
But
You've shown that you're the smartest fifth grader, but are you smart enough to keep your mouth shut forever?
yeah, are you smarter than a Rothschild? You played right in my hand.
I like. Are you
It's-
smarter than a Rothschild?
Yeah, I mean, are you
No,
smarter
that's
than a
the
fifth
game.
grader? This should be just a fucking dude versus Greta Thunberg, and he's sitting there going, "I think global warming's a hoax," and then Greta Thunberg just unleashes on him.
Just stares at the ground and says like 4 adjectives.
John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena is now hosting it. Hold on, because he's definitely not smarter than a fifth grader. I mean,
Wait, so
that-
this show's still going on, huh?
apparently, who would have thought that like?
Oh,
no.
yeah.
No, go ahead. You can turn it up a little bit. You're good. A little bit more.
What color are Bill Clinton's trousers?
Right. Yeah. Right. What's Ghislaine's favorite position?
What's the safe word at? What's the safe word at?
I do
Epstein
think
Island?
there's more going. I think it's multifaceted. Like, I think it's more than just like pedophilia and blackmail. Because like there was a girl
yeah,
that
this is
got
what I was trying to
interviewed,
ask you.
Maria Farmer, like one of the victims who like escaped the island.
Yeah.
She got interviewed. I don't know if you followed this girl Whitney Webb on Twitter at
Yeah,
all.
I know of her. I don't follow her.
Yeah,
but-
she's great.
Yeah.
She's a good independent journalist. She's really good at citing her sources and just like has dug deep on Epstein
Yeah.
for years. A lot of the documentary on Netflix she claims was kind of like lifted from her. That I don't know, but the Maria Farmer was saying, like one of the victims, she was saying that Epstein, they were like grooming women and like testing their IQ and shit for like who he could knock up. So some of them were just like sex slaves.
they gotta
and
make
some
them-
was
he-
like a
he
eugenicist.
was trying to- he
No,
was
you
trying
gotta
to
have a
make, like,
moon
master
child.
race.
It was
No,
a
you gotta make a
eugenicist
moonchild.
Hold
program
on.
too.
Yeah, explain this moonchild thing. 'Cause you might be onto
Moonchild is a
something.
magical baby. Yeah, exactly. it's Nike came up with the idea.
They're not all gonna
What you
hit.
have to do is you do a ritual and you knock up some unconscious whoever, but you create with on Urban Dictionary, a moonchild is a unique and curious soul who is often in a daze.
She's in a daze because she's been fucking
Right.
raped repeatedly in MK Ultra.
She's
But yeah, a moonchild. The
her
idea
blood
of a
is half
moonchild.
Ambien. Like,
Alistair
What's your
Crowley
blood
came
type?
up with this
Ambien
idea.
blood?
that's true. Yeah, Crowley. Here we go. If we're gonna go Crowley on.
Oh, we're going. Listen,
Well, yeah, moonchild.
welcome to the fucking show, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
You create a new child under a new magical order doing a ritual. It's doing a sex magic ritual, and you impregnate someone in the ritual, and then that kid will carry out the magical task which the ritual sought to imbue. So the whole idea is you're creating people to fulfill your magical. Basically, they fulfill your spell. You cast a spell, and the kid will live out what you're trying to accomplish. That's a moonchild. And they tried to do it a bunch of times. I'm sure they've done it successfully. They say,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think actually, Laura Bush or somebody is a moonchild.
Dude, that's the thing, man.
Isn't Barbara Bush supposed to be a?
Oh, maybe it's Barbara Bush.
She's
One of the-
supposed to be Alistair Crowley's daughter.
What? I didn't hear that. Dude,
Well-
Crowleyism, like the links to how
Was Barbara Bush the moonchild of? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Some fucking freak on Instagram knows what I'm talking about. Doing crowd work on the internet right now. Neon Revolt #spirit cooking. Yes, please look that up.
Is it just
Spirit-
the windows opening jingle?
Oh yeah, and then that
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Barbara Bush looks like Crowley.
She looked.
yeah,
that-
either that or Crowley's
It looks
still-
like Sloth from the Goonies.
except smarter or except dumber. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's funny. I haven't heard of that. Dude, his influence on pop culture, he was part of what was before the CIA? The G
the OCC.
the OCC. Yeah.
The League of Nations.
They
That was before.
Oh, whoops.
Whatever.
he was doing work with them
United Nations.
in like the heart of his weird what
No,
could they
yeah,
want from
yeah,
him?
no.
And then he influenced pop
Dude.
culture. He's on the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album.
That's a like
He's also
not
on,
a good. I don't mean good morally, but I mean good like technically. Good,
Black Sabbath.
that's a good magician.
Black
dude.
Sabbath. That song, Mr. Crowley.
Yeah.
Which is a bad
Mr.
song.
Crowley. Bow now.
The Cardigans did a very good like a cappella cover. That's not actually very good. I should stop saying that, but it's okay. Whatever. They did better
Yeah.
Black
Well,
Sabbath covers.
Dude, and Zeppelin loved Crowley. There was a lot. There was a
Yeah,
lot of
Zeppelin was the-
enthusiasm for
yeah.
Crowley in the
And in Hollywood,
the heart
too.
of rock and roll. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
weird.
guy, but I don't. There are parts of him where I'm like, you'd seem like kind of an asshole. You know,
he
it's,
just couldn't be bisexual in his upbringing, and he had to go a long route to do it.
Crowley?
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah,
the only
it's
the
He
only
had to
reasonable
invent
way
a
to
magical order just to get a hot
Right.
young
Just to
thing
get
to
some boy
mount
pussy.
him in
You're
the
like,
desert.
dude, yeah, the guy, his date's just like, I'll give you a blowjob, dude. I don't know what's with the owl statues and the fucking, like,
That's exactly
robes
right.
or,
Dude,
like,
listen, we could just suck each other's dicks right now.
right.
You don't have to write a grimoire, dude.
Yeah, dude, like,
we can just do this.
oh, you're carving on my chest now. Okay, I guess
That's
you're
exactly-
into
dude,
some weird shit. That's
Well, it is the
That's
it is
exactly
the 40s.
what
I
it
guess
is.
We have to.
He's in the desert with this young French boy who he's enlisted in his order, and they're invoking John Dee's ethers in the desert, but he just wanted to get mounted.
Yeah, really, it's just he's just invoking a male orgasm. That's all really he's trying to do. But then wrapping it around, and this is why I don't like all that I think it's just made up bullshit to try to. This is where we might agree that it is like kind of biological animal shit, And then
He
you're
was just
like
justifying his sexuality.
Let me create a whole myth around just me that justifies me fucking this boy.
But what's weird though is like how there's something else there because like there was a cult following behind him, and like Jack Parsons influenced
Jack
fucking-
Parsons. Well, Jack
influenced
Parsons
Scientology.
was the one who wanted to have
L.
a
Ron
moon
Hubbard.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He tried to bring.
I
like,
think
the
L. Ron Hubbard
Antichrist.
was the moon child because Crowley was trying to start his own religion of Thelema, and what ended up happening was Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard was living with Parsons, and
yeah.
basically crashed their pad, and literally the headquarters of Scientology is doors down from where they were trying to start Thelema. And I mean,
have you seen that building? Like when you're in LA, like the heart of.
I didn't go by it. No.
Yeah,
You've seen
yeah,
it?
it's weird. Yeah, it's just in the heart of LA, dude. Just a huge building overlooking everything.
Babylon
It's
working.
hilarious.
Yeah, look at this. So
Dude,
this
yeah,
was
put
this
the-
was the
click on
Babylon
that.
working. But they didn't want Scientology. They wanted
But the
Thelema.
following, though,
They wanted
right.
Thelema, and it didn't work. So they ended up with a religion
with like
they
a
didn't
rebranding.
want.
Yeah,
No, it's not dude. Thelema is actually a pretty sophisticated metaphysical system. Scientology is about
It's a great
psychological healing, but then it's got a bunch of bullshit
dude.
attached to
It's
it.
like a legitimate. It's like if a legitimate philosophical or religious mytho or ethos had a few extra chromosomes.
there you
That
go.
really, that's what
It's
what
a
it is.
retarded
It's
religion.
a retarded religion. That's what Scientology is.
Yeah.
Come at me, Tom Cruise. You fuck. You short little fuck.
Well, the thing about Scientology, because I've read most of,
I was
Hell
late
yeah.
on that one. Sorry.
No,
I've
as
read
long as you
most
got
of
it,
Dianetics. The original idea of it has no metaphysics attached to it. It's literally about repairing trauma from your past. It's basically just a healing system. But then there became a lot of ego attached to it, and they added
And then
a
the
bunch of shit.
blackmail component too,
and I'm telling you, and I keep telling him because he like defends Alan.
I will
for the
defend
listeners.
Dianetics. I will
He
not defend
defends
Scientology.
Dianetics, but to my mind, man, when I see how like cranked out, like methed out, not Aleister Crowley, how methed
L.
out
Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard was.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, oh no, all these ramblings sound very consistent with what I've heard from like
Meth addicts.
meth addicts. Really, it's like
Yeah.
it's very consistent. It's like they're like, dude, he pronounces the word galaxy galaxy.
This
which
is your main
it-
criticism.
dude. But that
He
there's
brings
so
that up
much in
every
there.
time.
I'm telling you, there's so much in there that just like if you were talking to somebody that said,
yeah, the
there
blood
are many
orgies. I don't give a fuck.
there are
about.
many galaxies out there, you'd be like, this dude's out of his fucking mind to think that I'm gonna just gloss over that.
Well,
That's
the idea of it was healing.
you.
The original idea of it was healing through the mind, which there's nothing wrong with that. And actually, the original writing, I don't see any issue with whatsoever.
what's
Then it
the
beca-
original writing? Like, wasn't it all
Dianetics.
fiction? Oh, yeah, right.
Dianetics
right,
is a book about how
Right.
to revisit trauma from childhood, from even in the womb, and how to
reprogram
spell it out and laugh at it
and unlearn it,
so that
kinda.
you can unlearn it. Yes, which is exactly, I mean, that's what atonement is. That's Christianity. It was just a modern Christianity. It's a type of confessional where you
But-
it's a slightly hypnotic confessional
Right, but
where
if-
you can say what happened and laugh at it. That's all Dianetics is.
But if you look at it like if you're looking at like quote unquote like spiritual systems from a like Darwinian like this is Dawkins shit, like Richard Dawkins, who is a twat, I'll admit, but he did come up with the concept of memes, which I think is. Dude, can we get off of this subject? Because like, I feel like we're getting
getting
too
in the
into the
weeds
weeds
quick?
for our fucking our listeners are.
Oh, sorry, you didn't want to talk about L. Ron Hubbard.
Listen, we're
Excuse me.
It is funny though that like all this stuff. Well, okay, so majority of this stuff is like the Epstein stuff, Scientology, cults, the occult, like shit like
Right.
that's real, and like people are arguing over statues or whatever, right? Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that's very intentional, though.
Yeah.
I think they know people are angry and they want us to turn
they
that
want
anger
to they want
towards something.
transform it into us being angry at each other.
Well,
Yes,
that's the
instead
thing.
of
Like,
doing something
if
to
it's-
undermine.
Have you? It's art of war, like to a T. Fucking Sun Tzu to a T. Like if you
right. No,
like all the psychological warfare is like, dude. Every paragraph of that book is like textbook. What's happening?
At no
right now.
point,
It's
at no
insane.
point, like if we wanted to mount an actual like resistance against whatever this is.
So what did
no,
Sun Tzu say? Did Sun Tzu say you need to distract from the real issues? What did he say?
I mean, it's the basic
Divide and conquer.
what we already know. Yeah, turn the public against each other.
Make facts like as bleary as possible, like, where you're like, I don't know, make it to where nobody kind of knows what's true or where they don't even think about
It's
it.
that divide and conquer mentality,
Yeah.
you know.
Because
like when you're out,
the art of
when
war is
you're-
about deception, basically.
exactly. Yeah, it's manipulation. It's just like the textbook psychological
Hide what you're really
warfare.
doing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like, because there's real shit, and even now, it's so they have it down to a T where like there could be real stories like this Epstein thing, and people are still. The news cycle's so consistent; it's just so easy to get buried. You get 99% of reasons why we should hate each other, and then a real story, and
Right.
then
And
it's
that's
just
what I think
easy.
is an occult principle: is they give you one day of the real shit, and then they go back to
hiding in plain sight. Yeah,
hiding in plain sight. Yes.
yeah, because
That's
then
why they put the Illuminati eye
and
on
it
the
makes
$1
it
bill.
harder for people to believe because it's like, oh, if there was really weird shit going on, they wouldn't tell us. It's like, no, like
No, they
you
did
g-
tell you,
yeah.
and you apparently click on the other shit.
And then they do weird shit like they'll tell you, but then they'll have fake conspiracies come out to make it look like you're crazy if you're like
Well,
questioning.
no, actually,
you know
by
what
the
I
way,
mean?
I think that this is like I've been playing with this idea that
Like they tell you about pedophilia, but then they have a fake Pizzagate conspiracy,
to go
and so now you don't even think about pedophilia. You don't.
Yeah, you're like, why did they kill those innocent people at a
To go-
pizza shop?
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
go-
Those
to go back
people
to
were just
Crowley-
trying to
And
get
the guy
pizza.
was a white male, anti-LGBT. Like the
Right.
narrative they gave was so just like
Yeah,
really
that's how they do it.
another fucking
Dude,
just mad
yeah,
white guy.
That
That's
guy,
like
the guy,
it's
the Comet
hate
Pizza
alchemy.
guy worked for, or either he worked for or his dad worked for the Clinton Foundation. Do you know?
of
what I'm talking about?
course,
Of course,
yeah.
of course. But
Hey, there's no
Well, the
mugshot
Clinton
of him.
Foundation is the one getting all these kids.
By the way, there's
But-
no mugshot of him. There's no the shooter. You know, it's
Thi-
just like okay.
this is the thing. This is the thing I've been playing with my head is that like almost to like in order for a good magician to like do some to do any if you do anything meaningful in the world as a magician, almost like there's something about like the path that gets you to doing something meaningful to like creating to acting out magic in a magic fashion whatever. The path there will obscure people to you to where like if you're a good magician, people will think that that you're the devil. If you do anything good with magic, people will be like, Aleister Crowley, devil 666.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you listen to like, I mean, it
But
probably doesn't
this
work
is the
with
thing about Crowley. He actively embraced that role as the Beast 666, and he believed that evil was 333 Choronzom.
Yeah.
He thought that true evil was
and that's
this.
like Freemasonry
now,
shit too.
333 is Saturnian. 333 is what CBS worships. 333 is
Whirlpool
disinformation.
dishwashers.
333 is
They make
what
dishwashers.
what he called 333 was basically meaningless information that distracts you.
This is what I think the mask
that's
thing
what
is.
he called his antichrist was just sort of being diluted in an informational stream,
Yeah.
and that's
Wait,
what they're doing
It's
now.
a
Wasting your
hypnotic
fucking-
drug, dude.
Wasting
it's
your
a
fucking time talking
disassociative.
about masks
It's
and
a
all the bullshit that the
dissociative
culture is
drug,
doing
yeah.
around you, dude. It's dude,
Disinformation.
It's like if we were sitting here and I was like trying to write something with you, and you were like, "Well, what about this Rubik's cube? What about Madonna?" Like, I'm saying like 30 years ago. Like that would you're giving meaningless drivel to the
Right. So that was his evil. He
I agree with
embraced
him.
he embraced 666 and said 666 isn't what you need to worry about.
Well,
What you need to worry about is 333.
he was
333 is
he
the
was
evil
taking
thing.
on like the Promethean archetype. Crowley was.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
I
saying.
think.
He embraced the role of Antichrist.
That's Prometheus.
I gotta pay attention.
And then
to
what was the
screen
dude who
more.
came along who started the Satanist thing? Anton LaVey.
Anton LaVey.
Anton LaVey
dude.
really did it.
Anton LaVey.
But he was like
to-
bumper sticker bullshit. Like there's nothing. I never heard anything from Anton LaVey.
Crowley
where I
was like
"Huh."
the man. Yeah, Crowley was like the guy. But Anton LaVey was like the right hand. Like he was
You
like.
know who's good is that but who I like listening to is he was the West Memphis 3 guy. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't
the
think
West
so.
the West Memphis 3, there were these 3 like dudes in Memphis. They were like teenagers that listened to like metal music that got accused of murdering 3 boys, like 3 little boys, and they all were on death row. And then finally they got out because DNA evidence exonerated them. But there's look up West Memphis 3. You got to be on top of these things, man.
Wait. So what did they do?
They were accused of raping and murdering boys.
That's right. That's right. They were.
There it is. There it is.
That's
We're coming
right, they
around.
were.
Guys, this is a comedy podcast. It is about being funny.
But you're gonna
not
fucking
about
learn something, all right?
raping
You're
boys.
gonna learn what I
West
learned in the
Memphis
last 4 months of isolation. You can't just lock me up in
Yeah.
a room and give me money to spend on blow. What do you fucking think's
Well,
gonna happen?
West Memphis 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, the truth is there's a renaissance of conspiracy theories right now.
Damien
because-
Eccles. Sorry. Damien Eccles, who has written like written
Oh,
like
I'm not familiar.
a series of like magic books, because he like his whole thing is like he was accused of murdering these boys. Thank you. Thank you for giving this podcast a podcast. It's
Cult mass suicide.
so they
All right, they're not all gonna hit, but not all gonna be home runs here.
no,
folks,
dude, no. Some you just gotta
Hold on,
walk
he
it.
speaks out on Katie Couric.
No.
Listen,
so
man, those dudes was trying to touch kids. I would be like, I'm trying to play the bass guitar.
And I honestly don't know.
Right.
I'm undecided whether or not Damon Eccles is a demon. But he wrote like
There are no demons.
magic books.
This stuff only exists because people think it exists.
But he's like an OTO guy. He's like do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all sex magic. Dude,
Exactly.
Oh,
I don't think it
OTO
is. I don't,
no,
see,
OTO was
I don't think it
Crowley's
is. I
sex
think you
magic.
think that it's sex magic. I think
The
that you think that Crowley
Ordo
was sex magic.
Temporis Orientalis or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's a sex magic division of. It's when Crowley got sick of the Freemasons and he started his own sex magic thing. That's what the OTO
Why did he
is.
keep the
Yeah,
symbols though?
Okay, maybe that. But
Because the symbols are meaningful. The symbols,
Help you remember. They like bookmark. certain-
they're
your
psychological
subconscious-
identifiers.
Your subconscious mind cannot perceive language or like abstract thought. It can only speak in symbols and like colors.
So it helps like kind of solidify or like
Right. So if I show you a pyramid, that'll resonate with your subconscious over years and years of programming, in ways that verbal communication.
But this is what
just
you're talking
can't.
about. It
That-
only has power if you believe in it. If everyone thinks it's nonsense, then it's nonsense. Exactly. Exactly.
No, I don't think so. I think
It only
dude,
has
so
power
a
if you
good-
believe in it.
A good magician, like this just follows like from like kind of like Darwinian thinking, is that a good magician would figure out how to make spells how to construct spells that are propagated through the ignorance of the people that those spells are cast upon.
Well, that's
that make
advertising.
sense?
That's exactly what
And
they're
isn't-
doing.
Right.
And
right.
I feel like the reason people
Exactly.
They're doing
believe-
that, but
Exactly. So, That proves my point.
But if you, I mean, it just is how much do you believe in Pepsi? How much do you think that shit's real? How much do you...
Derek, how much do you believe in Pepsi?
Dude, well, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Why, and Pepsi's probably a code word for like.
By the way,
like cum in your nostrils.
the
or
idea,
something. The code words they
dude,
have.
if any one of us, and I encourage all 4 of us in this room to, one of you, please, for the sake of fuck, please break off and just go to Pepsi and go, I have a brand new ad campaign that is centered around the phrase, do you believe in Pepsi? that will, you'll be a millionaire. If anybody in this room wants to be a millionaire, I just gave you the keys to the kingdom.
Dude, yeah, but...
Or I guess anybody listening to the podcast also.
Yeah, and then you got to sign some contract and fucking, like, get a triangle tattoo on your fucking asshole or something. Like, it just... Like, there's always a weird stipulation if you want to make it. If you want to fucking make it, I feel like... Yeah, you know, your third eye, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the brown one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the third eye, right? Like that there is it like a sodomy thing that they're always talking about?
Dude,
you're thinking of
I
the
like how
G-spot.
Yeah, that's what I
So you're
Yeah.
way
Butthole
more
is the
educated than
third
I
eye.
thought you were going to be.
I don't know.
my
shit.
God,
I
that's-
love that this is educated.
Wait, go to that second one. Go to that second one. Shirimi? What is this? That's
Wow,
what it
the
is.
Far Side is this
Dude,
like
you beat me to it, but yes.
Dilbert took a dark
A
turn.
samurai.
fucking-
Hold on. Long ago, a samurai was walking at night down the road to Kyoto where he heard someone calling out for him to wait. Who's there? He asked nervously, only to turn around and find a man stripping off his clothes and pointing his bare buttocks at the flabbergasted traveler. A huge glittering eye then opened up where the strange man's anus should have been. Buttocks eye.
This creature was so liked by the haiku poet and artist Busan that he included it in many of his yokai paintings.
Wow, that is the third eye.
It's an
It's the
avocado
anus.
seed.
It's so like all this shit's like weird sex magic shit.
Look
Is
at that
what's
butthole,
going on?
bro.
That's dude. That got Sven to Epstein's Island a fucking handful
Yeah, that's
of
prolapsed.
times, dude.
When it's
I
prolapsed,
like to
it
think
looks
of an
bad.
artist just
Dude.
sitting there being like, no, wider than that.
That dude voted for Clinton, not by choice, but he had one option. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
There's just like all this weird shit. I don't know.
This is why millennials are getting into avocado toast. He looks like he's trying so hard to shit.
Mondays, am I right? Fucking. This dude's
Alright.
just.
Wow. Yeah, I think we found the thumbnail for this
Yeah.
episode. But
Nick, can you meme that to where it says Mondays? Am I right? Can you? I'm
Fucking
Holy
Garfield
shit.
stuff. Who did Garfield's comic?
Jim Davis.
Jim Davis. That's right.
Let's.
Who did the Far Side? He ended up becoming
Gary
like a pretty,
Larson. How do I know this?
right wing, like fucking.
No, you're thinking of Dilbert.
Dilbert. That's who I mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scott Adams.
Scott Adams. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's on some QAnon
So-
boards.
Yeah, so put Mondays, am I right? And then below it in a much smaller font, put Trump is winning or something.
well, this whole time we've
I
been
lost
trying
track
to
of-
find the third eye in the pineal gland or something. We should have just been boofing DMT. Just
There
put,
you go. Give
put
me a
God
fucking
right
funnel.
up your ass.
Yeah.
How much? What time are we at? Sorry, I know I'm making you make memes and shit. But
Don't you think that the reason the public though believes certain things, because the argument is if you don't believe, then like that's what's making it come to fruition is the belief, but like I can't put that on the public because I think the reason the public believes it is because there's an elite class that clearly believes this stuff.
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no,
like
no.
it's
No,
I agree.
they-
with you.
anyone smart does not believe it, but they know that that's where virtue signaling comes from. It's a sort of play along with the narrative so that other people play along with the narrative.
So they're creating.
They know
narrative.
it's not
Th-
real.
this
So
is
this
the
They
is
idea-
know it's
planted.
not
So
real.
this is like planted. Do you think?
like
I think they know it's bullshit.
the idea.
I
of-
think they're
have
just
you-
trying
have
to
you ever
sell
heard,
it.
Have you ever heard of chaos magic? Have you ever gotten into chaos magic?
Is this like controlled chaos? Like
It's similar
No,
to
no.
advertising, though.
No,
it's similar
no,
to advertising.
no,
It's like if
It's
you're
like
at a
psych-
McDonald's corporate meeting, you're like, listen, guys, our salads are healthy. You just say what you're supposed to say. They don't believe it.
No.
They don't
So-
believe that you can lose
but
weight
that's where- no.
eating McDonald's salads.
That's what makes you a shitty magician, man. Is that the idea? Hell yeah, dude. All right. The idea of chaos magic is that like the actual practice of chaos magic is that you find like an ideology or a belief system, and then the actual practice is to convince yourself of a thing you don't believe in. And then once you do that enough, then you'll start to understand how beliefs work. And that's what they're saying. Like the people that are
so like a social programming type of thing.
I don't think they really believe it, though. I mean, yeah, you're right.
it's
You got to
trying
believe in
to
it.
social programming.
You
it's you
have
trying
to
to
believe in it for it to work, but I don't think in their hearts they believe it. That's what I'm saying. I think they sell it. Like
But you're
like,
saying like in your
here's what I'm
hearts, like
saying.
it's a-
Fauci, I don't think he believes what he's saying. I think he knows the purpose of what he's saying, and so he's committed to saying it.
I think he's a big fan of chicken parm. If that's
I think he's a big.
that-
could be.
I think he's
that
a
could
big
be.
fan of. That was
Hell yeah,
not
dude.
as climactic
But-
as I was hoping it would be.
no, but on the recording, it's gonna hit.
Okay, there we
But
go.
this is
We'll edit this.
I'm
Listen,
concerned
you-
about the quality.
I
is what I'm
if
concerned.
anything,
So you're-
I promise you,
wait.
I will edit this to where you're funny. All right.
your point is that
Good
you'd
luck.
be a better
wish-
better politician if you believe what you're saying.
It's the only way. It's the only way magic works.
You got to believe in it. I don't think
Yeah.
a lot of them actually believe in it. I think they know what the purpose of it is, so they do it.
I don't understand the difference between these things, but
Well, it's doing something because you know you should, but you don't believe in it. It's like if you go to church
you
and
have
you're
a
just going
job,
through the
it's like if you
motions.
have a job,
if you think about
if you
that,
work
if
for a
you think about
shitty
that for, like,
corporation.
any length of time, you'll understand what I'm saying. I think just meditate on it from now. But let's not have. We have a guest here, who has.
Anytime he loses an argument, he just says meditate on it.
I've never said. Do you have a
Do you have a clip for
Do you
that?
have a clip for
I'm
that?
sure.
Do you have a clip for when Alan and I have a genuine disagreement?
Okay, we can move on. I mean, maybe they do really believe it, and if they
'Cause
are,
we've done an hour on Pizzagate and Crowley, which is fun. It's fun.
all right. Well,
It's just interesting because it is like even if you don't go the occult route, right? Like it is interesting that this is the biggest scandal of our lifetime,
And nobody.
and the arguments that are being shared that are like being bumped up by the algorithms are like where's your fucking mask, or this guy.
Right.
This guy
Right.
dressed up as an auto mechanic for Halloween, but it involved shoe polish on his face, so it was, blackface. And granted, I only did it once, and it was in June, but I through November.
Happened to be June 19th, but I didn't know what
and
that
I
was.
walked around on Federal, but I just no. But that's the thing, though.
Did I
is-
smash
Yeah.
down a couple windows?
Right.
Sure.
right,
Sure.
right.
some things should be private. I agree, but I don't think it's the biggest scandal. I think it is the most emotionally jarring thing.
Wouldn't
to
that
think
make it the biggest though?
No,
What
I
makes
think
a scandal then?
What's the
okay,
yeah.
biggest scandal, but I mean, there's genocides happening.
Sure.
There are labor camps where everything Hitler was supposed to have done is happening right now, and no one cares. It's happening in the northern provinces of China. No one cares.
He's been talking about death camps for like a minute and a half, and I haven't heard a he's on fire yet this entire time. So, if you're gonna have one, it better be fucking perfectly placed.
To me, there's war, genocide, slavery. I mean, I would include child sex rings as part of the problems, but I don't even know if it's even the biggest issue. I think it's the
Sure,
most
I guess
emotionally
genocide,
it's
yeah.
the most emotionally upsetting issue.
Sure.
But I don't even know if it's the
But
biggest.
That's what I'm saying is that it's all connected. All people in a society or all people collectively must have agreed upon a framework wherein they can ignore not only what's bad about their lives that directly affects them, but so them ignoring what's bad about their lives that directly affects them, that is just practice to get them to ignore the genocide in Syria and in Yemen. You know what I mean? Like that's
So maybe there's like multiple layers of like ways to get people to ignore things, you know, like the pedophilia thing is a way to ignore genocide happening in X, Y, and Z places, and then social issues are a distraction to
be like
to get away.
There's a
with
hierarchy of it.
Right,
Like people are starving and
what
children
I'm
are getting raped, but let's see if we can send a camera to Mars. Let's see if we can do that, you know, like just something that's completely disconnected from.
Well, it's all what is it? Bread and circuses. You get the people really only care about bullshit.
Bread and circus is more like Tiger King and vaccines. Am I right? All right. I'm working on my material. It should have been. No, that was right.
Well, yeah.
That was the right
I don't know
order.
if you remember, but when Nero was emperor, they had a whole bread gate scandal.
Bread. It's not even real bread, guys.
Yeah, they weren't talking about bread. That was
that code for
young,
something
pert
like
Greek boys.
exactly?
They were importing.
Yeah.
No,
so
they were
food
only.
has never been. So like a politician's grocery list when you're looking at like fucking avocados.
Broccoli.
And
What the
pizza,
fuck is
right?
broccoli?
They were only fucking
no.
boys because they ran out of bread. Really, that was the only.
Why are there so many of these Clinton Foundation emails about broccoli?
Why
I
are
don't
you bringing your
understand.
grocery list to the airport? Like, what?